Alright, this is my personal profile. So the first question was what stress management techniques worked and what didn't work, why or why not? So stress management techniques that I used were the Rip It Up technique, which was honestly my personal favorite, and the drawing technique. So for the Rip It Up technique, I often would write down what was stressing me out on a piece of paper, and then I would crumple it up or rip it up, or when I crumpled it up, I would throw it in a trash can specifically. It doesn't work if you just crumple it up. I mean, it helps a little bit, but it felt way nicer to throw it away in the trash can because it was almost like throwing away your stress. Anyways, and then also I really like I saw it online. They call it vent drawing or like vent art or something. Like, because you know, when you're venting to somebody about your feelings, you're talking to somebody, well, it's basically like doing that, but in art. So you would do a lot of self expression on art. And I did do that previously, which I will get into later. One technique I didn't like was writing out my feelings in a journal or diary. I actually have never liked doing that, so I wasn't really surprised when I didn't like doing it. I did try it, but I didn't enjoy it. I don't know. I don't really understand exactly why, but I know like writing something out makes me feel very overwhelmed because I can just see like how much there is that I have to do physically. I don't like that, which is why I think when I wrote it out and then like crumpled it up or tore it up, I think that's part of the reason why I liked it so much is because I don't like writing things out and like getting rid of it felt really good. Okay, and then here's my second slide for this question. So I kind of separated it in terms of like exercises I found in the book. That was the other slide. And this one was like physical exercises that we did in class. So, in terms of physical exercises, I really enjoyed the mindful walking we did around campus. And I also liked doing the meditation and slow breathing that we did. Those YouTube videos were very, very nice. They all helped me to like really ground myself, especially because on those days I actually was very anxious for other classes that I had. It was very nice to just be able to like take a second and breathe. um they allowed me to slow down and take confident steps to overcome my challenges instead of making impulsive actions. What I mean by like impulsive actions is if you're so stressed about something, and I definitely have done this, when you're so stressed about something and you just kind of shut down and do like your first instinct instead of really thinking it through and thinking, oh, maybe that wasn't the best approach to do this, or, you know. A physical exercise that didn't work for me was the mindful exercises in the fitness center, just because I didn't know how to do a lot of them and use the machines. And I never really did that before, so I was more focused on figuring out how to actually do the exercises than focusing on mindfully doing them. And it didn't work out. I think if I did it now that I have a better understanding, it would be better. Just when we first tried it, it didn't work out very well. And then here is a picture that I have of the Rip It Up exercise that I did. And there's some sparkles. Okay, the second question, here's my first slide for that. I decided to write down the stressful obstacles that I have. So the question is, what obstacles prevented your success? I encountered a lot of stressful obstacles this semester that I had to overcome. I had struggled with standing up to my boss and quitting my job. I struggled with one of my internship classes and my professors and getting clearances for the internship. I also struggled with my club involvement, and I also struggled making new friends this year because my old friends that I had last semester moved up to University Park. Okay, and here's how I overcame those obstacles. I know it's technically not in the question, but I wanted to include it so it wasn't all like sad. So I managed to quit my job and cut off most of my contact with my boss. We are on good terms. I just like didn't really want to talk to her a whole lot because I didn't have a good experience with her, but we are on good terms. I had two jobs. I got promoted at the other job that I had, and I love that job. So I'm really glad that I got promoted at it. I also get paid more now, which is nice. I also dropped the internship class and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get into it, but good news, I just found out that I did get into it for this next semester coming up, and it has a different professor, which is good because the other professor that I had this semester before I dropped the course was not a good fit for me. I also found a good support system within my clubs and activities, and I found and connected to a lot of great people on campus. And that's through those clubs and activities too. And here's a picture of me during pajama day at work. I was dressed up and as a giraffe, which is why I have a little picture of the giraffe in the corner. I was in a giraffe onesie and everybody was giving me compliments and they were like, "Oh my goodness, I love your onesie. You're so adorable." I was like, "Thank you." See, positive work environment. Yay. Okay, now here's the first slide for question number 3. Question number 3 is what methods helped overcome your obstacles? If none worked, what methods will you try in the future? For this one, I put what methods I used to overcome my obstacles. So to overcome many of my obstacles, I gave myself motivational speeches to get rid of some of the stress that came with them. I also would talk to my friends and family and look to them for support. I also looked to motivation on social media. What methods? Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's the same question. My bad. Um, what I put here, I put my future methods and what I would do differently. So in the future, I'm hoping to meditate more and go on a lot more early morning walks. I really like early morning walks. I used to do them a lot in high school and then I stopped when it got too cold and I never did it again. And I'm sad and I want to do it again. Even if it is cold, I'll just wear a bunch of layers. um, I used to take walks in the morning to clear my head, but once I started college, I started staying up later and sleeping in more. I think that I will continue to do all of those methods that I previously used, except I plan to limit the social media method. Um, I ended up just getting really distracted on social media and procrastinating, and that did not help with my stress, so I don't think I'll use that one again. I did like the idea of making like an inspiration board on Pinterest, though. I will probably use that one again. That one was in the textbook. Okay, and then here is a picture of my family. Since I talked about my support system, I wanted to include a little picture of some of my main support system here, which is my immediate family. We were getting our Christmas tree that day, so there's the Christmas tree in the background. Okay, question number 4. What methods were new to you? And then you gave some examples. Definitely the first example, Tai Chi. That was definitely new, and meditation. I had never really done anything really stress exercise related. I knew that exercise helped with stress, but when people told me that, when I heard that, I interpreted it more as like, oh, go to the gym, it'll help with stress. And I mean, yeah, that works for some people, but I'm not really like a gym kind of person, you know? I had never really been to a gym before, if you couldn't tell by my lack of knowledge when it came to figuring out how the machines worked. So that wasn't really like something I had thought about. But then, like, taking this class, it made me realize that there are definitely different types of exercise that you can do for stress management. It doesn't just have to be going to the gym. So, yes, Tai Chi was definitely new. I had never actually even heard of Tai Chi before, maybe in like a passing moment, but never like I never really explored it before, didn't really know what it was. I actually really liked it though. I thought the motions were very flowy and very nice. I don't know, they just felt very nice. Meditation was really good. It was really good for focus and calming me down and really like grounding me because, you know, when you get anxious, it's just very like I don't know, I guess high strung, is that a good word for it? I'm not sure. But meditation was really good to help me just like breathe, take it all in, and then look at it from a different point of view. Even in the mindful exercises, I was new to that. I never really had time. I think this is definitely a very common issue, especially with today's world with technology. I feel like nobody really takes the time to look around and observe the beauty of the world around us. I think that everything is just moving so fast, we forget what we really have. And we forget to like take the moment, take the time to enjoy it. I think that's definitely a big part of our stress. For my second slide here, I decided to look at some old methods that I had done previously that worked. So, some old methods that I knew I had done previously before this class was the drawing method, the vent drawing that I had talked about. I did know about that one. I did use that one. I also, like I said, I used to mindfully walk in the morning and I just kind of like took everything in, thought about my day, talked to myself a little bit. There was no one around, so who cares? Um, I'd also used to do slow breathing. I'm not the biggest fan of some of the slow breathing exercises just because I can't hold my breath for very long. So, like the ones that were like the breathe in for 4, hold for 5, out for 6, I think is what it was, or the other way around. I don't remember. I can't, I don't like the feeling of like holding it in. So, I'll usually just like compensate by breathing in a little more and breathing out a little more instead of holding it. I don't know. Maybe that is just, I don't know, maybe that's like me psychologically being like, oh, I'm holding my breath, I'm holding my worries and anxieties and stressors in. I don't know, I'm not really sure, but I had definitely done that before. I used these methods a lot when I was in high school because I took a study skills class in high school and we talked about them a lot in there. But once I got into college, I just kind of let things get more and more out of hand and I couldn't really handle it anymore. Uh, yeah, letting things build up, letting all your stress build up until one day you just get so frustrated and anxious that you just kind of explode. That is a terrible way of dealing with your stress. I have learned that firsthand. I will never be doing that again. And then here is a picture. I wanted to share a picture of that I took when I went. I was on vacation, but it was one of my more recent times that I did some mindful morning walking. It was dark, and we were walking, me and my friend, which you'll see her later. I have another picture of us later. We were walking along the side of the beach, and we were watching the sunrise as it was up there. And the water was really nice because, like, it was the middle of summer. It was going to be a hot day. The morning air was very warm, but the water was really, really cool, like cold. It felt so good. I'm sorry. I would 10 out of 10 recommend to anybody. And it was just really pretty. Okay, last question. Which stress management techniques will you continue to use in the future? So, before I decided to do the techniques, I decided to focus on some future goals that I have. And with the idea of future, I decided to put this little quote that I love. I actually have it on my Instagram, in my Instagram bio. It's keep life moving forward. Looking back is only for time travelers. I think is really clever. I think it's funny and it's clever and it's something that I try to live by every day. Like, you can't change the past, you know? Okay, so before I start implementing these exercises in my life, I want to first assess my goals for the next semester and year. Um, So, my first goal, I did 3 of them. My first goal was that I'd like to pass the internship class with an A. Since I had to drop it last semester, I would like to pass this class with an A. I mean, I'd like to pass any class with an A. And so far, I have achieved that. But specifically, this class, I definitely want an A in it. My second goal was that I want to achieve the 10th Cut Above Award at work. I know that you do not know what that means. It is an award that you get basically just for like doing good things and helping customers and stuff at work. I have 9 of them. At your 10th one, They give you these little pins as like awards, and at your 10th little pin that you get a like a gold plated one, and I really want that. I really want that one. So I was like, 10 is a good number. I want to get my 10th one. So that is definitely a goal that I have. And then my third goal is that I want to succeed in the spring performance while also maintaining good grades. So that's for my the theater club that we have on campus. I'm a part of that. I do stage crew, and we're gonna have a spring performance in the Polo Theater, the big theater that like all the professionals perform on. We did it last year. It was pretty good. This year though, I'm pretty sure we're planning on doing a much more involved show. So that'll be interesting. Okay, and then here are the future goals and how they can be overwhelming. I kind of split this up because I wanted to explain my goals, how they could be overwhelming, and how I could deal with how overwhelming they are. So, while my goals may seem short term, I am trying to start small and work my way up. Because when you implement habits in your life, it's easier to start at a smaller scale and work your way up to implementing them throughout your entire life. Okay, now I will explain how I may become overwhelmed with these goals. I will have a lot on my plate next semester. I will have 18 credits, a management position, and an internship position. I will also be involved in the Penn Players, SGA, and Line Ambassadors. This will definitely take a lot of scheduling and time management. Yes, it will. It will be crazy. Okay, and then here is the part where I explain how these future exercises can help. Some exercises I plan to use to become less stressed are the music exercise, the art exercise, and the rip it up exercise. Oh, I love that exercise. Yeah, no, I'm definitely using the rip it up exercise for the rest of my life. Anyways, every week I would like to walk in the mornings, just once a week. There's a park nearby my house that I could walk to. It is within walking distance, but usually I stay in the neighborhood just because it's safer and the park doesn't open till the sun rises, and I like to walk before the sun rises, which now looking back is semi creepy and not safe, but it's okay. I think it's more relaxing that way. Um, I would also like to start utilizing the fitness center on campus now that I know how the machines work. I also plan to better organize myself so I can be prepared, and I want to surround myself with a good support system of friends and family to avoid excess stress. And then here on this next slide, I have my pictures of my support systems with a little smiley face. I've got my friends. The one in the middle there with the sunrise, that was my friend I was walking on the beach with, um, on my vacation. And I have my cat up there. I didn't include any family pictures here because I don't have pictures with my extended family, and I already included one with the immediate family. So I was like, let's include friends. So here are my friends. Yeah. And of course, more sparkles. Okay, and that is the end of my little personal reflection presentation thing. I hope you enjoyed. I might have to email this to you because it might be too long. I will check and see. But thank you.